Hello, my art-loving friends. I spent an entire month traveling, and I wanted to show you today what I picked up during that month because there's some really neat things in here. I'm sure most of you know that I am on an art supply no-buy. However, I did get permission from many of my viewers that when traveling, it's okay to pick up some art supplies, something unique to that area that you might not find at home or online, and I allowed myself that. However, a lot of this isn't art supplies. There's just a few things that are, but they're art related or art adjacent, so we're going to show them anyway. Before I left on the trip, I actually had bought a book that was about the national parks, but it was way too busy. I'll link that video where I showed that up in the corner and in the description box below. So on my travels, I found this one instead, and I just liked it a lot better because it's just more straightforward. Less pictures all over the place, more text telling you about each place. And then you have places where you can draw your own scenes, fill in the blank kind of things, which is more what I was looking for. So I haven't done anything in this book yet, but I did go ahead and get my passport sticker for Glacier. And I'll look into this further later. Maybe I'll take it with me. I'm leaving today on a trip, so maybe I'll take it with me and kind of look through it there. I don't know if we're going into any national parks on this trip, but it's a good one to have with me. And then these two kind of are art supplies. They're coloring books. And I showed this one in a video when I was on the trip already. And I used it to copy one of these pictures onto watercolor paper. And I watercolored it. And that was really fun. And I thought I might do the same with a couple of others, but then just pass this book on to somebody else. It's pretty elementary, which is fine, which is great to paint actually when they leave a lot of open space like this. But I don't need this book. I just wanted it because it was the only one I could find up in Canada. I was having a hard time finding anything in Canada. I kind of regret because at the Athabasca Glacier Visitor Center, there was a watercolor set, but it was so expensive and they looked like just crap watercolors. And I wish I would have bought it just to test them out, but I didn't. And this is what I ended up with for art supplies in Canada. Woohoo! But that's okay. I don't need art supplies, really. I have plenty. Also up in Canada, I got this chalk tea, and it looks like it was really expensive, $44.99, but that's Canadian, and it was 50% off if I remember correctly. I did show this in the video about art supplies I used while on that trip, which I will also link if I haven't already. So anyway, this has a t-shirt in it. I guess we could open it. And it should have a chalkboard kind of paint on it. Oh, interesting. It's just like black. And what is this? Oh, it's literally chalk. Interesting. I thought these would be more like chalk paint, but they look like literally chalk crayons. But I thought this could be fun because if I was going somewhere, I could make a design specific to where I was going and wear the shirt there and then erase it or wash it to erase it. I'm not sure. I'd have to read the directions on how that works, but create a brand new design for wherever the next place. Anyway, I thought it would be something fun we could do together here and see how it works, but not today. This is something I need to put a little thought into, I think. And I have to leave here in a minute, so not today. And in Canada, I also got this puzzle, which is not an art supply, but it has a really nice picture that would be fun to paint. And I also got this postcard because art prints were very expensive. I'll show you that here in a minute. I'm trying to show you everything I got up in Canada first. Anyway, art prints are very expensive, but postcards and greeting cards were not. So I ended up finding some greeting cards that made me really happy and picked those up as art prints basically. And then I believe I got these in Canada as well. Again, the art prints of these were like $30 US or so, and this card I think was $4.95. It's just amazing art. So there's that one, that one. I love them both a lot. And then this one reminded me of an art print that I actually have hanging in my bedroom closet right now. And I'll put a picture of that up on the screen here. You can see I wondered if they were the same artist. And I bought this because I love it, but they are different artists. This is Karen Savory and this is Tinker Tiffany or something. But very similar style. It's a batik kind of style of painting. So yeah, these are just beautiful, aren't they? I'm gonna hang them on my wall and not use them as greeting cards. Also, up in Canada, I got these stickers. And I have a really fun idea of an art project to do with stickers that someday I'll get to because it's going to be awesome. And then these stickers, aren't they so cute? I love these. Could make some really fun artwork with these stickers. Now we're moving down to the US. So back to this book. This is like the only art supply I could find anywhere. It just was sad. But this has very, very cool illustrations in it because they maybe are pencil, I'm not sure because they've been printed obviously, but they have shading. And I thought these would be so fun to color. So I did add to my coloring book collection here, but I think it's worth it and it's a good memory and some good information here about some of the things at Glacier National Park. So I love this. A little bit of activities to do. And then these colored pencils kind of came with the set. Well, I think you had to pay separately for them. Yes, $7, very expensive. But they were right next to the coloring book, so they are intended to be used together. So tiny little coloring pencils, an eraser, and a pencil sharpener that is metal inside of wood. See how that works. So we'll give this a try, but again, not today. Actually, kind of do want to see how one of these pencils colors out real quick, but not anything serious. Is there like a scrap page back here? Can't tell. Pencil seems kind of waxy, but the paper's also super smooth. Very smooth. I don't know. Black is not very black, but we'll try them out on one of these pages and see what we think and probably pass them along to somebody else eventually. But the coloring book I'm keeping. I love it. I also got this puzzle while I was in Glacier. This was up at the Logan Visitor Center, and it's a lot of the national parks in the United States. And it's kind of in a vintage style, which I loved. Still love. Then we drove around, and there was an artist with a booth on the side of the road. So we stopped, and he had actual original art there and some prints as well. His art was... I considered buying a piece, but it was a little too pricey for the size, in my opinion. So again, I got greeting cards that were made from his artwork, and 3 of these were $10, which I thought was a great deal. I think that's how much it was. So you can see his art is pretty amazing. He's an oil painter. Can you believe that's a painting? It looks like a photograph, but it's not. It's a painting. And this one. Absolutely amazing. And then I got this sticker because I loved it. And I got this sticker because the colors make me happy. And then my favorite sticker of all time, this one. Camp the Rockies. I adore this sticker. And then the last thing that's probably the most exciting for this little art haul is this. I just love this. I was so glad to find this. This was in Glacier National Park and a little gift shop in is it the town of Apgar? Does Apgar have a town? Anyway, it's right by Apgar, that area. I think the town might actually have a different name. I can't remember. But this is recycled and odorless paper made from poo. And it's called poo poo paper. I get such a kick out of that. Playfully outrageous with a serious underlying message of sustainability. Da-da-da-da. Handcrafted with moose poop and blended with pine needles and non-tree waste fibers such as corn husk and hay. Our moose poo-poo paper scratch pads are an outrageously playful example of creative recycling from alternative non-tree pulp sources. So let's check this paper out. It looks delightful, even though it has moose poop in it. Plus, the cover, I mean, the cover is just gorgeous, right? The only thing that bothers me about this paper is that I want to use it like this, but the picture is this way. So I will use it this way for the most part. Anyway, it feels like rag paper, kind of like the Caddy Fat books, the Caddy, however you say that. Those books, those sketchbooks, but it's pretty thin, although some of the Caddy paper is also really thin. It has a bunch of fun specks in it, and the back side is super textured, so like machine textured. So the front side is pretty organic looking, back side very machine textured. So the back side might be good to use with gouache or maybe acrylic. And I think you could try, we're going to try all the things. We're going to try some marker, watercolor, but again, not today, sorry. Just lucky I'm getting a video out at all. Anyway, it's delightful. I cannot wait to try it, but I am going to tie it back up to protect it for now. So it stays shut, so the cats don't knock it off while I'm gone and have it open in a weird way. Brown is the new green. We take the ooh out of poo. Here's the QR code if you wanted to scan it. And one thing I forgot is one of the girls on the trip with us, she bought this penny for me, the Glacier National Park mountain goat. So very, very cute little squished penny. All right, that's it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed this stuff as much as I did. I love everything here, and I think that's important when you buy stuff that you love it. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. I'm gonna have some fun ones coming up. Bye for now. Wow, I'm hot now. Here it's all the national parks, Colorado, and not Colorado. All right, that's it. Whoa, there goes the penny.